Howdy folks, welcome back to another video. It has been an awfully long time since I made a video last, and I figured on a nice snowy cold day like it is today here in Wisconsin, I might as well make a video and nothing else to do. So, and I've got some stuff that I'd like to show you guys. Obviously you can see the desk in the collection has changed quite a bit. This used to be completely empty. Now obviously I've got an Amiga 2000, and you can see a Quadra 605 over there. Kind of branched out into everything. I used to be mainly just PC and maybe some Mac stuff, but now I've got quite a big collection of different pieces. Obviously I haven't stopped collecting since my last video, which might not be a good thing. You know, stuff's obviously not very small, and it gets kind of hard when you have to buy a bunch of shelves just to pile the stuff up on them. So that's kind of what I've been doing, I guess, since I haven't been making videos. I've just been collecting stuff and obviously working on stuff down here. We now have a club in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Computer Club. I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want to take a look at it. You don't have to be in Wisconsin to join the club or anything like that. It's really just because everybody is mostly based in Wisconsin that we gave it that name. But we do shows here in the area, and maybe it'd be kind of cool to make a video of one of those at some point. But that's mainly what I've been working on. I've been taking a lot of my equipment that is, you know, cleaned and in good condition, and setting it up at the show and letting people play around with it and use it and play games in them and do whatever. So it's been kind of fun. I've been keeping myself busy, but obviously, like I said, I've kind of neglected to make videos, so hopefully I can change that a little bit, but I can't make any promises. I know I did that last time and I failed on that pretty badly. So anyway, I'm gonna quick pull the camera off the tripod here, and then we'll give you a little bit of a look at the collection as it sits now, and then we'll get into the point of this video. Yeah, these are some shelves that I put up. Obviously I think I had shelves like this last video. They were quite a bit smaller. I'm not sure if I had one here or not, but now I've got this guy over here as well. This is where the software used to be. On that wall there is now mostly desktops. Lots of PC stuff. I probably have way too much stuff, but well, that's kind of fun. I don't know. I don't have let's say I don't have too many multiples, so I guess that's not a terrible thing, right? I can just keep telling myself that. But here's my IBM machines. I'm not going to go show you the rest of the desk because it's terrible. But and obviously some Apple II stuff over there. There's the good old CPT 8100. A couple little doodads there. A little opening there, and then my IBM stuff, and some more of it there. And then obviously I've got some CGA IBM 5153s, and then some other equipment on that shelf there. So I've got quite a bit of stuff. I'm running out of space, unfortunately. I need probably a bigger space to do this in, but I think this will work for now. Try to limit myself to the stuff that I've got down here. There we go. Lock you guys back in there. So now let's get to the real point of this video, and that is oh boy. These are obviously IBM PS2 monitors. If you know your PS2 stuff, you might even know what model they are. They are 8513s. Now they had two different models that I know of. They might have had more. Obviously they had some black and white or monochrome versions that were kind of more of an economical choice, but these are your main color VGA PS2 monitors. These are 8513s. They also made the 8512. That was kind of a more cost reduced, had a little bit of a lower dot pitch, kind of maybe a little less quality, you know, picture wise. I don't know, I don't have any 8512s to compare them to, so I'm just going off of what I've been told or what I've read online. So obviously you can tell they're both pretty rough. They both came from the same place, I think. I don't know the history of the one on the right. I do on the left. The left came from VCF, and that was, I believe, a donation that they had gotten. It was at their garage sale that they had gotten from the Sears liquidation. The gentleman that I bought the one on the right from, I believe he had picked that up from the same place. I think he bought pretty much all of their Model 57s that they had, the PS2 Model 57s. So I've got a few of those in my collection as well, but that was where that particular monitor came from. You might be able to tell on video here. I don't know if you can. This one's got some really bad burn-in, whereas that one is in pretty good shape. So the plan was kind of to try to make one good one out of the two, or even maybe take all the worst parts and put them in one machine, and then, you know, if that one worked, I'd sell it or do something with it. Because I'd like to have another PS2 monitor for our shows that we do. So, or just to have, because I've got some PS2 equipment. However, I don't know that I'll actually be able to use both of them. This one has some issues. When I pulled the cover off, and when you would turn it on, the LED would light up, but you would never actually get any high voltage on the screen, and you couldn't hear it hum or anything like that. So, as far as I know, the flyback on this one is dead. When I pulled the case off, the back cover, there was some pretty bad charring and some pretty well scorched components on the board. At least one resistor and looked like a film capacitor maybe had gotten the brunt of the impact, and that was right by the flyback. And I know these did ship with defective flybacks. Some of them did. So these particular two are the later revision, the single board. They don't have a power supply. It's basically all built on one board. I don't necessarily like these that much because of that. I kind of like the modular versions, the older ones, and I've got two of those that I have one that functions right now and one that has some burn-in like that. So plan this is to get the other one that has some burn-in working, because I know that functions, and then use that as well. But I guess the whole point of this is we're going to make one good one out of the two. Obviously we're going to probably use this one because this one has no burn-in and it's in the best shape. This little white spot here is just a sticker, but even still it looks like a crap. So I've already gone ahead and switched the VGA cables on them, but it really, just to make this video short and sweet, we're going to just show you how to open them, because that is one thing that I could not find online. The one video that I did find, the guy was like bending the case back, and it might work, but I had seen a comment somebody had left on that one where they actually cracked the glass neck. You don't want to do that, especially when you're working on something like this. You can't get replacement tubes for these anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and just show you how to pop one of these open, and then that'll probably be it for this video. Maybe I'll do a follow-up on them. If I do a follow-up, it'll probably be just you know, something a little later where I show you it all put together and recapped and such. So let me go ahead and flip one of these around, and we'll show you how to pop the lid off. So obviously the first step in pulling this thing apart is going to be to pull the base off. Now there's these two little clips on this side here, if I can find them, right here, and you kind of want to push them in, and they should release the base. There you go. So you would push these guys in, and then kind of, let's see here, push these in and then pull up on it, and they should pop right off. Set that off to the side here. And now we've got this little hex head screw we've got to take out of there. I don't remember if that's metric or not. So that one seems to fit really well with a 7mm. Fits really good on there. I'm going to grab my nut driver. Alrighty, got it out there. Now that is the only screw that is holding this thing together. The rest of it's going to be with little plastic snaps. And I'm going to go ahead and move this monitor really quick, and we'll show you how to get those off. Okay, so this is usually a telltale sign as to whether or not you have a later revision or an early revision monitor. You can tell that there's a hole here, and this used to be a screw on the older one, a security Torx bit. However, these newer ones are plastic snaps. They use the same hole, but they actually have a rectangular slot in there. I don't know how well you guys can see that. So that's what we're dealing with. There's one on this side, and there's also one on on the other side here. So there's two of them. And what you're going to need to pull these off, or what I find to be the easiest, is, let me kind of move the camera and get you a little more light on the situation, is one of these. Hopefully that's easy to see with the little slats in the top there. But this is a little thin piece of steel. I had actually used these to make keyboard stabilizer bars when I had lost one for my compact portable. So I'm going to go ahead and quick measure this for you guys, because I don't remember what size this is. So this is my little Gates measuring tool. Of course it's for a hydraulic hose, but it'll work, my little caliper here. So it's about 1.2 millimeters, or 47 thousandths of an inch. So if you've got a piece of metal that's about that size, I wouldn't say you'd want one any thinner than that. Probably, if anything, maybe a little bit thicker. This will work, but you do have to use a screwdriver as well. So, and then the other thing that you want to know, or that you want to try to maybe get on there, is a little chamfered edge. I cut this with a side cutter, and obviously it kind of made both sides, you know, like that. So it makes it a little easier to push that little tab, because there's actually the plastic tab in there. Makes it a little easier to push that guy out of the way, so you can get in there a little bit better. So let's see if I can get a good angle on. This is really hard to do. I always hate trying to film this stuff because it's super hard to tell you guys exactly how I'm doing it, because you really can't feel it. What you want to do is kind of, I actually bent one of these sides up a little bit. I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but that side's a little bent. So I want to put it so it's kind of bending towards the camera here. So it's bending towards the top of the case, and you should feel a catch when you're pushing down. You want to push it down along the top. There you go. So you can feel that when you push towards this way. You can feel that there's a little bit of resistance there, because you're actually bending that plastic tab back. Now, what I find easiest is to take a screwdriver, preferably a little flat blade, kind of like this. I have these really nice screwdrivers. You push this in and then stick the screwdriver down that hole as well, and that'll actually, once you do that, you can kind of flex this, and that'll actually release that plastic tab on that side there. Let me see if I can't get a better camera angle on this. Give me just a second. Okay, so now you can see that I've got this screwdriver in here. When you push down on it, when you push down on it, and I think we got it. Oh, there it goes, snapped back in. Let me show you a side view on this. So take this, it's kind of bent up, and you'll slide it down there. There we go, we're in. You can see it wants to spring back up there. Push this down, stick a screwdriver in there, and then you can pull this whole piece, push down on it, and that'll loosen that up. Now with your finger kind of holding that, stick it in the other side here. Somehow, there we go. Feel a little bit of resistance there. Push that rod down, stick the screwdriver in, and you should be able to. There we go. So that is how you pull one of those apart. Now, see if I can give you a good idea of what you're doing here. So what's actually happening when you stick this in is you're pushing it in on the top, and you're bending that tab down. That little tab right there has got to flex a little bit. So that's basically what you're trying to do. I hope this, like I said, I hope this helps you guys. I certainly kind of just a trial and error on my part. And then once you stick that screwdriver in there, it gives you a little bit more leverage to actually flex that tab down. So that's the easiest way that I found to do it. A real thin piece of metal, probably about that long. I just cut it off a piece that I had, and then just a little screwdriver. IBM made a tool for this, but good luck finding one of those at this point. I can't imagine you're going to find much. Somebody out there might 3D print one, I don't know. But that is the way that I've found to pull these apart, and I hope this helps some of you guys if you have a similar problem. kind of takes a little bit to get the hang of, but you don't have to worry about cracking these like you do a Mac. So you can be, obviously you don't want to be real forceful with it, but you can be a little bit more, you know, you can pry a little bit more than you can with a Mac. I haven't had any break on me. I have had some that were previously broken, like the beat up monitor that I just showed you guys. This is the nicer of the two. Obviously this one's also the one that had the capacitor go boom in it, but either way, that is the easiest way that I've found to do this, and I hope this helps you guys if you run into a similar situation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.